Hi, everyone. It's John from What Up. Welcome back to another video. And I had the chance to sit down with Robert Strange, who plays the Eelfin in the third season of The Wheel of Time. I have that interview for you today. So if you love The Wheel of Time as much as I do, if you were as excited for the third season as I am, and if you want to keep up with all the Wheel of Time news, and trust me, folks, there's going to be a lot in the coming weeks, consider making us your home for Wheel of Time news. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and of course, tell all your friends. Now, sitting down with Robert Strange was kind of surreal because the man was absolutely fantastic. He was down to earth. He was great to talk to. He loved makeup. He loved prosthetics. He just really enjoys what he does for a living, and he super enjoyed his time on the Wheel of Time set. So let's dive into that right now.
Hello.
Hi, Robert. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. What up?
I haven't heard that before.
So original,
um,
right?
very much so. Fantastic talking with you. I have a ton of questions for you because I'm super interested in makeup and special effects and VFX and stuff. So, but we're gonna start off this. So, when you took the role, did you know what creature you were going to play? Like, did you have any idea, or were you just applying for a role in the Wheel of Time?
No clue at the very beginning. I had I had inklings. So the audition came in and everything was in a code name, the name which is
Mhm.
quite common. The name of the show and the character and even the text in the scene was not the final text. That's quite common. But I'd seen season one and two, and I also
Mhm.
knew I'd been recommended for something in something by Nick Dudman, who was head of prosthetics, who I've worked with before on Penny Dreadful years ago. So
Mhm.
I kind of put the pieces together and I had an idea. But even then, I didn't know about the Eelfin. I think I was told these are these kind of extra dimensional, extremely powerful, scary beings. So I just kind of did a few different versions, some that were a bit more regal and some that were a bit more
Mhm.
scruff and scary, and sent it off. And then I found out I signed all the NDAs, and then I got to find out what it actually was. So then I started doing the research, filling in the gaps.
So, when you were doing the research, did you read the books? Did you look at fan sites? Like, how did you prepare? Because it's not really like I don't know how you would prepare for something like this, I guess is the question I had to ask.
Yeah. I did it. Yeah, I did all of that. I did it all. I really like to, I did it with Lord of the Rings as well. And as much as I can, I like to read what's out there because it's all there and it's available. And I wanted to see
Mhm.
what these creatures were, what was said about them, what isn't said about them. What's so fab about what's written in the books is that he paints these worlds that feel so fleshed out and real and grounded in some kind of reality in those worlds, and yet you end up with 20 more questions than you started. And so that was what was really fun in developing it, is we got to fill in those gaps with, and it becomes this, it always is in acting or making a TV show, but particularly with these creatures it becomes this huge collaborative process. So it was with Naomi the dialect coach, and Nick the makeup, and Sharon from costume, and Rafe obviously, and the writers, and Sarah the Wheel of Time expert on set, and everyone. I got to ask all these people, and then I did my own research on, like, how do foxes move, and what do fox screams sound like, and all that kind of stuff. So it was a lot of fun.
So you're no stranger to makeup at all. You play a fair number of characters that require extensive makeup. I have read interviews and seen interviews with other actors that don't do specific creatures all the time. That it's just horrific to get makeup put on for that long. How do you prepare for that? Do you do special training? Do you just go to your happy place and listen to music? Like, how long did the makeup take to put on too? Like, it's got to be a while because I've seen it and it's absolutely fantastic.
It's pretty remarkable. You've actually got quite a good little, like, Eelfin thing going on here. I don't know if
A
you've
little
realized.
bit, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just like half of the face. Look, I've done 12 years of prosthetics and makeup, and I've got to do some incredible creations. This is one of my favorites. It was just so beautiful, and to be furry and to be a fox, but then also this with this other layer, and the costume is just remarkable. To answer the question of how do I do it, I think maybe that could be studied. I don't really know what it is that has made me so take to prosthetics so well, because believe me, I've seen people put on prosthetics and not last very long at all, and it isn't for everyone. So I think there's something about the extreme of it, the challenge of it, that I really like. It becomes a real endurance thing. And it's so funny now because I'm so used to it with work. I shock horror sometimes play human characters with no makeup, and but when I have 20 minutes in the makeup chair, I'm so disoriented. I'm like used to having these 6, 7 hours staring at myself in the mirror to prepare or get ready for it, and then go and do it. I think, yeah, I for me, a huge thing is just the people you're with. I've been so blessed for 10 years to pretty much always have the most amazing makeup artists because you really spend all your time with them. You know, it's like 7 hours in the chair and then 10 hours on set and then an hour taking it off. They are by your side the whole time, putting it on, touching it up, and feeding you and watering you and helping get sweat out of places they shouldn't have. Like the whole thing is you get so close with these people and they make it great fun because you just kind of get through it together. Yeah, a lot of kind of Zen and hype music, I think, as well. That's my and coffee.
I couldn't imagine. My daughter's a budding makeup artist. She's going to school for it next year. She wants to do creature design and whatnot. That's her passion, and she practices on me. And I tap out after 20, 30 minutes. I'm like, I'm done. No more prosthetics. No more
That's
makeup.
amazing. You have to make sure like send me her work and stuff. I'd love to see people's like progression as she goes through it.
Oh,
Congrats on the
I
on her school place. That's amazing.
I will 100%. She'll be super excited to hear that too. By the way.
Yeah.
So when you were filming the scene, like you said initially, it was code words and whatnot. You didn't know, but you did some research and you found out. So you obviously found out it was an incredibly pivotal scene for Matt Cawthon's character progression. And it's a scene that certainly it hasn't aired yet, but when it does air, it's going to resonate with fans for a very long time. Was there any pressure, any thought of that when you were kind of creating the character in your mind and acting it out?
A little. The pressure was more generalized just because I mean, I thought I had a sense of how much this might mean to people. I think I'm only really understanding that now with the excitement for it. Um, but but in a way I didn't have any doubt. The writers on the show and Rafe the showrunner, like they just know what they're doing and they're tailoring and structuring the show so cleverly, um in ways that are like I obviously didn't have the faintest idea about, so I had no concern at all about like how they would structure the scene and how it would feed into Matt's storyline. I suppose I just wanted to do justice to these things being believable in as much as they can be. And what's fun? What was the fun challenge is that already, I play a lot of things that aren't of our world. So it's like an orc or a vampire, but this is not of the world that we're already in. So it was like another layer to bring to it. So that was fun to play with. And I mean, essentially, it's just you have to just have no shame and no inhibitions and just kind of go for it and just see what happens, really. I just tried to be as prepared as I could. And then on the day, you just kind of let it all go and see what comes out.
Well, it looks like we're almost out of time here now, but I want to end with just thanking you for such a performance. I mean, when I saw the screeners and I watched that character, it was just like screaming and yelling at the TV, pointing like that, like excited to
I
see it, and you pulled it off masterfully. It was absolutely amazing. The fans are super going to
Amazing.
love it. I
Thank
know
you.
they will,
I wish
and
I
I just
could
want to thank you
watch
for that.
people watching it. I think there is someone who does like watch alongs, right? I'll have to see if I can find one. Because I am being told like what the reactions are or could be. So it will be fun to see.
Oh, 100%. But again, I want to thank you so much. You're absolutely amazing. It was a treat to see, and everyone's going to love it. So, I hope you enjoy the rest of your interviews and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much.
Like I said, folks, the man really enjoys his job, and he was such a treat to talk to. The absolute love and care that everyone on the set takes to make the show as fantastic as it was this season is inspiring. It really is. These folks have put their heart, their soul, their blood, sweat, and tears into the show, and it really does show on screen. So I want to thank you all very much for sticking with me here to the very end, folks. Here's to many more.